Judge Frank Caprio, famously known as the nicest judge in America for his compassionate and empathetic approach on the show Caught in Providence, passed away in August 2025 at the age of 88 due to pancreatic cancer, leaving behind a legacy defined not by harsh punishments or death sentences, but by understanding, leniency, and humanity in the courtroom, where he spent decades showing that justice can be fair, firm, and still filled with kindness, touching countless lives both in Providence, Rhode Island, and around the world through his television appearances, teaching that mercy and empathy are as powerful as the law itself. Throughout his career, Judge Caprio became a symbol of hope and fairness, known for listening intently to every defendant, considering their personal circumstances, and often offering second chances instead of punitive measures, which earned him admiration from colleagues, lawyers, and viewers alike. And even after his retirement as Chief Judge in 2023, his influence endured, inspiring a generation to see the law not just as rules and penalties, but as a tool to uplift, educate, and support the community, proving that a courtroom guided by compassion can leave a far greater impact than one ruled by fear. Judge Caprio's approach to justice was simple yet profound. Treat every person with dignity, understand their struggles, and balance the law with mercy. A philosophy that made him beloved not only in Providence, but across the globe, as clips of his courtroom went viral, showing everyday people facing minor offenses being met with patience, humor, and sometimes life-changing leniency. And though his battle with pancreatic cancer was private, the news of his passing in August 2025 sparked an outpouring of grief and admiration, with fans, former defendants, and colleagues celebrating a life dedicated to fairness, empathy, and the idea that true justice heals rather than punishes. Even in his final years, Judge Caprio remained a figure of inspiration, often speaking about the importance of understanding, forgiveness, and community, reminding everyone that the law's greatest power lies not in imposing harsh sentences, but in guiding people toward better choices. And his passing from pancreatic cancer in August 2025 was met with tributes from around the world, honoring a man whose courtroom became a place of hope, laughter, and humanity, where the measure of a person was met with compassion rather than condemnation, leaving behind a legacy that will continue to influence judges, lawyers, and ordinary citizens for generations to come. Judge Caprio's legacy is also preserved through the countless stories shared by those who appeared before him, each tale highlighting his patience, humor, and genuine care, from dismissing minor fines for struggling families to offering heartfelt advice to young people at a crossroads. And even though his life was ultimately claimed by pancreatic cancer in August 2025, the lessons he imparted, that justice should be tempered with kindness, that empathy is a strength, and that every person deserves to be heard, remain vivid reminders that one individual's compassion can ripple through an entire community, leaving an enduring mark far greater than any courtroom ruling alone. Beyond the courtroom, Judge Caprio touched lives through public appearances, interviews, and the television audience of Caught in Providence, where millions witnessed not just legal decisions, but life lessons in patience, fairness, and human decency. And while his death from pancreatic cancer in August 2025 marked the end of an era, it also highlighted the timelessness of his philosophy, showing that a judge's true impact is measured not by the severity of sentences handed down, but by the empathy, understanding, and hope they leave behind, inspiring future generations to uphold justice with heart and humanity. Even as the news of his passing spread in August 2025, tributes poured in from around the world. Former defendants, colleagues, fans, and ordinary citizens shared stories of how Judge Caprio's compassion had changed their lives, proving that his influence extended far beyond legal rulings. And while pancreatic cancer took him physically, his spirit endured in the countless lives he touched, and the lessons of fairness and mercy he exemplified. and in the enduring reminder that true justice is not measured by severity, but by the humanity with which it is delivered. Judge Caprio's philosophy challenged the conventional notions of the legal system, demonstrating that leniency and understanding could coexist with accountability. And even as he faced the private struggle of pancreatic cancer, culminating in his passing in August 2025, he remained an emblem of integrity and warmth, showing that a judge's role is not merely to punish but to guide, uplift, and restore, leaving behind a legacy and providence across the nation and around the globe of a courtroom where compassion and justice walked hand in hand. His life and career continue to serve as a blueprint for humane justice, inspiring judges, lawyers, and citizens alike to consider the person behind every case. And though pancreatic cancer claimed Judge Frank Caprio in August 2025 at the age of 88, the values he embodied, empathy, patience, fairness, and mercy, remain alive in the stories of those he helped, in the laughter and lessons captured on Caught in Providence, and in the enduring belief that true justice is measured by the kindness we show as much as by the law we uphold. Judge Caprio's passing in August 2025 from pancreatic cancer reminded the world that even the kindest and most devoted public servants are mortal. Yet, his legacy, built on decades of compassionate judgments, humor, and unwavering fairness, continues to live on in the countless lives he touched, the viewers who watched Caught in Providence, and the broader legal community, reinforcing the timeless truth that justice guided by empathy leaves an impact far deeper and more lasting than any strict sentence ever could. Throughout his decades on the bench, Judge Caprio demonstrated that the measure of a courtroom is not the number of convictions or fines imposed, but the respect, dignity, and hope instilled in every person who enters. And though pancreatic cancer ended his life in August 2025, the lessons of mercy, patience, and empathy that define his rulings continue to inspire judges, lawyers, and citizens alike, proving that the heart of justice lies in understanding humanity as much as in upholding the law. Even after his passing from pancreatic cancer in August 2025, Judge Caprio's story remains a testament to the enduring impact of kindness in positions of authority, showing that one person's commitment to empathy, fairness, and understanding can ripple across communities and generations, and that a life dedicated to serving others with patience, humor, and genuine concern can leave a legacy far more powerful than any sentence ever could, reminding the world that justice tempered with humanity is the truest form of law. Judge Caprio's death in August 2025 marked the conclusion of a remarkable life, yet his influence continues to resonate through every courtroom that adopts his philosophy, every legal professional inspired by his example, and every individual reminded that fairness and compassion are not mutually exclusive, proving that a judge's true power lies not in the severity of punishment, but in the ability to uplift, understand, and restore, leaving a timeless legacy that transforms lives far beyond the walls of any courthouse. Even in death, Judge Frank Caprio's influence remains undeniable, as his approach, balancing the letter of the law with the spirit of humanity, continues to serve as a guiding example for courts everywhere. And though pancreatic cancer claimed his life in August 2025, the warmth, understanding, and mercy he brought to the bench endure in stories, videos, and memories, proving that the truest form of justice is one that lives rather than punishes, heals rather than harms, and judges with compassion rather than fear. Judge Caprio's life reminds us that the essence of being a judge is not in the authority to punish, but in the responsibility to listen, understand, and offer guidance. And while pancreatic cancer took him in August 2025, his philosophy of compassionate justice continues to influence courts, inspire legal professionals, and encourage communities to see the humanity in one another, leaving a legacy where fairness and kindness are inseparable pillars of the law. Even as the world mourned his passing from pancreatic cancer in August 2025, Judge Frank Caprio's legacy stands as a testament to the enduring power of empathy in the justice system, illustrating that a courtroom guided by patience, understanding, and genuine concern for others can create lasting change.